Jenny, Bill, and then Bill. So good afternoon, everyone. And now, before we start, I want us to have a tongue twister. This is my favorite. That's why I always do this.
Okay.
Okay, yes. For those who doesn't know, or for those who don't know, tongue twisters. So basically, tongue twisters are a great way to practice pronunciation and, of course, our accents, right? So since we are not native speakers, we have to, we have to, improve it. Okay. So yeah, it can also help to improve accents by using alliteration, which is the repetition of one sound in a sentence. So we're just going to say thrice. Let's have a very easy one first. Okay, let us have tongue twisters. This one. So let me read it first. Can you can a can as a canner can a can? Okay. So we're going to read it 3 times and as fast as we can. Can you can a can as a canner can a can? Okay. So yeah, let us have do first. Oh, sorry. You are on mute. Ah, turn it on. Okay. Go on.
Can you can ask a canner? Can a can?
Oh,
Can you
wow.
can ask a canner? Can a can? Can you can ask a canner? Can a can?
Oh, nice work, too. Good job. Now, let us have Jenny.
Can you can a can as a canner? Can a can? Can you can a can as a canner? Can a can? Can you can a can as a canner? Can a can?
Okay, perfect. Let us have Bill this time.
Uh, can you can a can as a canner? Can a can? Can you can as a canner? Can a can? Can you can a can as a canner? Can a can?
Wow. Yeah. Okay, nice. So, very good, everyone. Good job, Bill. Now, let us have another one. Why did he log out? Okay, let us have another one.
Cô chừng kèm.
Okay,
Bạn
I
Bê nó
have
cũng gọi
got
mà.
a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. Okay, so let us have Bill.
I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late.
Thank you. Let us have Jenny.
I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late.
Perfect. Yes, good job. Now let's have another one. So maybe this will be the last one. Okay, what about this one? Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chop if a woodchuck could chop wood? He would as much as he could and chop as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chop wood. Okay, so let's have it twice since it's very long. Let us have Jan this time.
How much would a chuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck he would as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a chuck woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would a chuck wood? Wait, wait. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
it's okay. It's okay.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck. He would as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Now let's have Bill.
Uh, hmm. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Wow, amazing. All right, so that's it for the tongue twisters. I hope we got to exercise our tongues. And now let's have the first topic. So we're going to talk about hometown and home. Yeah, hometown. Okay, so since we live in a different country, I mean, yeah, we live in different countries. I'm from the Philippines and you're from Vietnam. So, yeah, here's the first question. Sorry, where's your hometown? Now, let's have this one. So, what do you like about your hometown? If there's anything that, that you can share, anyone wants to go first?
I love to volunteer.
Okay, Bill.
So the thing that I like about my hometown is tranquility. The atmosphere is really peaceful, as well as the residents here are usually very light-hearted. They don't mind about things that you do, and not only that, they're also helpful in many cases. Furthermore, I think my hometown is also a great place for relaxing, since there is much traffic here. As well, like I've said, it's really tranquil here.
Ooh, I guess you live in a what subdivision, an apartment?
I'm living in my house, of course.
Yeah. What does it look like? Like, is it a neighborhood or an apartment? Is it a condo? Yeah,
Just a neighborhood.
just a neighborhood. So I think, yeah, people that will live in, is the most important, right? Because it can give you peace. Yes, thank you for that, Bill. Let us have Jenny.
Well, to me, my hometown is nothing much, but I could say it's have everything and every shop is close nearby my house. It's kind of sufficient and I don't have to use a car to go really far, but sometimes I have to and it's kind of sucks. And I know it's not important, but when I live in my apartment, I kind of use it and then I somehow just comfy and love to be at home.
Mm, okay. So everything like school, or supermarkets are just near to your home?
Yeah, and I just start to love my house so much. I kind of think I'm an introvert now.
Oh, I see. But what about, do you play with your, you know, neighbors?
Well, I used to a lot. I always come to her house to talk about things and blah blah. But now she always go to trip, and I don't, I don't see she got a time that I can go come to her house.
I see. But you used to have one. You used to have a best friend in
Yeah,
your neighborhood.
yeah. But
Okay.
she moved away.
So I guess you have different lives now,
But I
right?
still like my life. I mean, it's nothing worse.
Hmm. That's important. I mean, that's the most important, right? We just get to move on with our lives. And yeah, if you're going to choose the place that you're going to live in, what would you choose?
Probably if I have a choice, then I would choose a house that's close nearby a beach.
Nearby the beach.
Yeah,
Why is that?
well, I guess I just love collecting seashells, and it's kind of beautiful, so I guess it would be a great decor in my house. And well, I mean, like, there's a lot of wind, so I don't have to worry about getting hot.
Yes, and it's also free, right? So you don't need to book a flight and then go to a beach just to enjoy the summer vacation.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, and that's really good. Good. How about you, Bill? If you can choose a place that you can live in, what would it be?
Yeah. Well, opposite to many people, I would love to live in a big city and a metropolis since I think the atmosphere is very crowded and a bit too busy for me to enjoy. So I'd love to live like in a place in a rural area that's it, surrounded by nature rather than any humans. I would love to avoid social interaction.
Mm, so that could be a condo, maybe.
Well, it can be said so, but yeah.
Mm. Okay, so yeah, that's great. But do you still want to live, for example, you are teenagers, right? Soon you'll become teenagers. So let's say you are 25 now. Let's say you are already 25 years old, and then you got the career you want, you have a good salary from your jobs, you know, do you still want to, here's my question, do you still want to live with your family, or are you going to buy a new house for yourself, for you?
Well, I guess.
Right.
Mm. Yeah, so why I want to do that? It's just because they're family. They're the one who raised us. They're the one who gave birth to us. They gave us a life. So, yeah, of course, we'll be really happy living with our family, especially when we're older.
Mm, okay, I see. Well, how about you, Jenny?
but to me, I just start a new life. Now I know that it's kind of like what. Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave my family at that age because like I need to build a new life and learn about what reality is really is, even though I already know, but not really clearly and not experienced it that. And well, if I still kind of remember my family and feel sad when they're not there with me anymore because they're just change to a new house for my own, then well, at least I have FaceTime and Wi-Fi to call them, and well, I can just if they are really old and they're weak, then I can just pay for somebody else to help care of them.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I kind of agree with you because at this age we should explore the world in our own, right? But at the same time, we still need our family in the end, right? Especially when we don't have, at this age, if you don't still have your own family, then yeah, you still need your mom and dad and your siblings, for advice and for comfort. Yeah, right? If you don't live in a toxic family, then yeah, you will miss your family, right? So, yep. Okay, so much for that. I want to change our topic for this one. So let's have still, since we're talking about careers already, what are your future career goals? Or, yeah, your dream job? Or what do you want to be, basically? Anyone? Yeah, anyone. Or basically, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yes, my career is in the medicine school, I guess.
Medicine. Okay, Bill. Thank you. What about you, Jenny?
Well, I'm not sure on my own, but I'm practicing it right now. Is become an animator. Like it's an easy start, and I could change that when grow up.
Wow, amazing. That's really, you know, that's not the typical goals for a child. Okay, so you want to be an animator, and then Bill wants to be in a medicine. Not in a medicine, okay? Okay, great. So, what are the steps right here? What are the steps that you do to get that goal? And let us have Jen first.
I mean, like practice at a very early start, and then learn more from other people, like professional and people that have been through a lot in those career that you really wanted, and actually test it out the experience and actually like try your best to do your hard work, even though it took a long time, maybe took even years to even have the future career, but it's gonna worth it anyway.
So, is there, when you go to college, what are you planning to get?
If I'm at college, then well, I might just having a short time and then get to reality and then just somehow just like if I'm a grow up, then well, payment gonna slap at my face at the first time. I'm gonna need my parent for help. Yeah, and well, I think at college I will start a job too.
Okay, thank you for that. How about you, Bill?
What are the stuff that I do? Uh, get into high school, get into a good university, ask parents for allowance, graduate from university, work, make money, earn a living, give that back to our parents, live with our parents, make a home or rent an apartment and buy some necessity, buy some furniture, or we can choose to live with our parents. And then, I guess, have a wife, but that's too far. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Okay, so the typical Asian student. Yeah. So here in the Philippines, we also do that in our parents. Like when we go to, when we get, oh, sorry. Oh, no. Hold on, please. Okay, so hello. Where are we? Okay, so yeah, the steps that you do. So yeah, again, here in the Philippines, we also do that. Like we get to pay our parents after years of studying. So since it's what we call respect for our parents, right? So we pay their bills, and then after that, we get to have our own family. Okay, so here's the next question. What skills are most important in your future profession? Let's just say. Okay, let us have Bill first this time.
What skills are the most important in your future profession? I guess I'm not sure what is the skills or not, but hard work pay off. Of course, you need hard work. People usually say that talents are the reason why you can achieve success in your life. And of course, I completely agree with so. But of course, being talented will also require you to be hardworking so as to achieve your success. So yeah, I guess the most important skills in your future profession that you can improve is hard work. And of course, you cannot ask the God for another talent, I guess. Definitely.
Okay, well, that's good. And, oh no, I forgot my question. So, yeah. But skills. Do you see yourself as a hard worker, as a hard working student right now?
I think I am a hard worker
Why?
since I'm very lazy.
Oh no. Mhm. So, yeah, but anyway, I was really lazy before too, when I was at your age. I don't know. Maybe all all students, especially in that age, would just tend to become, you know, I think that's the age of knowing ourselves, right? Do you agree with me? That's the age of knowing ourselves, right? Because at that age, we become young adult, but not really adult, right? So, how about you, Jenny?
Well, to me, I have the same answer as Bill. There's completely no other another answer for that. But also, like talent can also depending on what job that you are. Like each people have different job that mean they have talents on, but those talents could even start at very late age also. So that doesn't mean like we're still don't have a skill.
Mhm. Yeah, actually agree with you too, because when I graduated college, I can't speak English really. Like I can't really express myself in just one sentence. But now when I got my first job as an ESL teacher, they trained me a lot, and you know, that changed my life. Up until now, I'm still teaching English, right? So yeah, very good answers. And let us have another one. Maybe we can have. Okay, what can you say about AIs? What can you say about AIs or artificial intelligence?
They make picture creepy.
Hmm?
They just make picture look creepy. If they just, make it weird.
Yeah, make pictures creepy. Do you. Okay, what about Bill? What do you
AI
think about AIs?
is some kind of machine that allows you to communicate with them. They have their own intelligence.
Hmm. So, do you think AIs helps people or no? Let's just say that in your yeah, in your homework, do you use AI for homework?
Well, rarely, I guess, because, my parents keep on telling me to not rely on AI, even though I want to.
Even if you want to. Hmm. How about you, Jenny?
Um, well, I rarely did that, but those rarely day, I just want to do that to, for fun. This random question. It's like a 4-year-old can ask me that. But also like sometimes I could ask one question, only one question on my homework because I'm too scared that my teacher gonna whip my ass, you know. But also like I only use AI rarely. It's because I want to took some one or two idea.
I see. So you just want to get some idea and then you can do it on your own.
Yeah, and then put more idea of my own.
Mm, yeah. When I was at your age, we just searched on Google. There's no AI. But I guess if we're going to use AI, yeah, I'll be afraid to do so. Because there is, uh, in the Philippines, um, it's really sad that most of the students here use AI for their homework, for their essays. That's why they can't read, they can't comprehend. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Okay, so do you think AIs can make a person dumber?
Depend.
Depends. Why?
Well, if people just only use AI for homework only and not use the brain to think enough and then just got high grade but on test got low grade, then sure. But then sometimes there's another people, especially like me, just question some random thing I just pop up in my head when in the bathroom or at the middle of the night.
So you sometimes talk to AI.
No, not really. I'm just
Not.
questioning them for fun. But sometimes they're kind of helpless.
Okay. All right. So how about you, Bill? Do you think AI can make a person dumber?
Yeah, I guess it's dependent on the usage. For example, you use it for homework purposes, and then, yeah, you might not be dumber, but you might be more lack of knowledge here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's some kind of what I usually do, like Jenny, I also usually ask them some random question like, what's the purpose of life? And yeah, some pretty not necessary and boring. It can be a little bit dull, but I usually ask them if just like something that pops up on my head. Well,
Mm. So you both use AI for fun. Well,
well,
that's good for you.
yeah, of course I'm not treating it like a slave for you because I'm scared that AI apocalypse will one day happen.
What is AI apocalypse?
Yeah, you know it. I don't need to explain.
Okay, yeah. But here's a question. Do you think AI can replace teachers? Like, let's say 50 years after. Do you
Well,
think AI can replace teachers like me?
like I just did a competition last like yesterday, and my question was that. My English question was exactly like yours.
Oh, so what's the. Did you get an answer for that?
Yeah, is that deja vu?
Deja vu?
Yeah, I have already
Oh,
answered that question. Wow,
really?
surprising. Yeah, shocking.
So I guess people nowadays can. What do you call that? Um, what's the word? Mm, maybe people can guess after 50 years because, yeah, most of I can see in the fast food, in yeah, in some schools they use AI intelligence. Have you seen the robots teaching the student?
Yeah.
Have you watched that video?
Yeah, I have seen those, and definitely, I wouldn't want a robot teacher to be honest. They're, I say, they kind of have a lack of emotional connection between, and they lack the bond between the teachers and the students as well. However, if some years in the future AI develop emotions like Doraemon, something like that, oh yeah, we might be doomed.
We're doomed. Yes, I agree with you. And I don't like that. I don't want a robot teacher as well because they can't empathize people, right?
Yeah, but if there's a Doraemon robot teacher, yeah, I would love it.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Jenny? The question is, can a robot or can an AI replace a teacher, a real teacher?
Well, I don't know, but it's depend. Not really, but 90% all I can see is teacher, and 1% I can only see a single robot teaching me on ChatGPT. But I know that sometimes I do encounter one in, well, the PC room. I just do homework, and then all there is just, well, robots. And even though I'm wrong, they're not gonna teach me back because, well, why why are they? They didn't build like that. And also I know that robots don't have emotions and all, but just one letter wrong is enough for me to get emotional damage. Just one letter. But I guess if I did have a robot to teach me, then I guess no screaming, no punishment, I guess.
Yeah, no punishment. Just
Like,
like real
thinking
teachers, right?
again, I actually remember that I use ChatGPT a lot in studying, actually, because I communicate with every day in English. Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, because my husband, natural science teacher at school is keeps on yapping about things. She yaps really fast, and when she asks the class, like, "Oh, do you guys understand it?" If yes, she's gonna not mention it but anymore. If no, she's gonna erase all of the things written on the board, which is absolutely tiring. I don't understand anything. So normally, I'll just ask ChatGPT to ask it, and I don't think it's so terrible because I usually tell that in the past, okay, usually tell that ChatGPT are dumb, and I don't think it'll give me any trauma or emotional damage, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think also ChatGPT uses some words that, they will, we can feel that it's human as well. Like, oh, sorry. Sometimes it uses some words like that, right?
And even if you're
Mhm.
telling that ChatGPT is stupid, they're just getting a polite answer, and they're not, of course, gonna offend you. So I don't
Yeah.
think that it can traumatize it that bad. At
Yeah.
least not one letter, and we are traumatized for a whole life.
Mhm. So, Yeah, but there are some teachers that, very strict and very boring. So do you think robots can be boring and, strict as well? Let's say they are teachers already. Let's say it's already 25 years after. Do you think robots can be like that as well?
Yeah, they might, but I think they're going to be a lot of fun. They're funny. I usually ask ChatGPT for some chill. I capture like a picture of the message in my when I was chatting to my friends. I asked them to make a shelf, and then that's actually much better than my boring humor. My humor that no one could laugh.
Okay, but I'm laughing right now. So
You know, you
you're
must.
not that boring.
I know because you're a teacher, so you must try to practice to laugh. Because I have learned through quite a lot of teachers, and noticed that most of the native one are usually trying to how to say overshow their emotions to make the students happy. Yeah. So I know that
Okay.
myself, I'm and even humorous, and you're just laughing to
Oh, okay.
encourage me. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're trying to be, to welcome everything, but not a bad attitude. Of course, it's not welcome. But yeah, we're trying to be, what word is that? Yeah, we're trying to be as fun as, yeah, we're trying to be fun. Let's just say that. Okay, what about you, Jenny? Here's the question for you. Do you think AI makes our lives easier or more complicated?
Well, it depends. Sometimes the answer is completely easy for 4-year-old to understand, but it will be complicated because they sometimes trying to actually teach us. But somehow the way they teach is just so complicated. We just gave up.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, sometimes we need help, right? And for now, we can get our help. We can get helps from AIs and Chat GPT, right? And it's really easy to use it. You just need to type, and then you can get an answer right away, right?
Yeah,
Mhm. So for you, AI can make our lives easier.
kinda,
Yes,
because I
kinda.
just ask some stupid question for them.
Mhm. Okay, so thank you. What about you, Bill?
To be honest, I think AI can make our lives easier. Just that it's to do our homework. The life will be easier. Yay.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, here. So AI is becoming more intelligent than humans. Do you agree with this one? Mm.
Well, yeah, I have this idea in mind. Is that I usually hear many people telling that, oh, AI knows everything that I don't. But AI is even smarter than some specialists. But I think they are being kind of wrong. AI is a kind of generalist, to be honest. They're kind of a little bit smarter than some generalists in all kind of stuff. But because humans themselves have some kind of specialist, so they're specified in one part, which AI is a stuff like generalist. They can do everything, but not excel everything. While humans, most of them are specialists. They doesn't excel at everything, but they excel at one thing. So, yeah, I think AI is becoming more intelligent than humans in some part, but not necessarily so.
Yes, because AI can perform an operation in the hospital, right? So only human can do that. So yes, how about Jen?
Well, I mean, Bill's right, and I don't know for me, but All I can say is AI can sometimes a bit it wrong, because sometimes I just try to question them one math question and then they got wrong. Well, I
Oh.
did ask them that, oh no, you're wrong, and they said, oh, they sorry. They give another answer, but it's wrong again. I really did that 7 times and then it just got worse. But I don't know, it's just a lag or something. But sometimes AI could be like that.
Mm. So you disagree
I
because of
disagree.
that
Well, it's rarely
experience.
happen. It's rarely happen, but still,
Hmm.
I mean, like I did remember one of my friends used completely AI because I saw one question she used. Her answer is completely different from mine, and then, well, I just questioned her why she said this answer. She says, well, mind your business. Oh well, that's true, but like I know that she's using AI because how much is like her answer is completely same as what AI would answer. Why? Well, because well, when I'm done doing my homework, I just check it again by using AI. But sometimes if I see that AI have different answer, I will question them, and then I just kind of see that and learn from not doing that again.
Well, to be honest, I don't think that AI is going to answer the same every time. You can ask them to write an essay, and you can ask them to write a different one. Yeah, it is totally different, even the way they write. The only thing is that about the AI's tone, it sounds a little bit too AI, but now there's some websites that allows you to make it humanoid tone. So yeah. So I don't think that people will be able to spot the difference between AI's writing and not AI's writing though. Although yeah, for example, for us in secondary school, AIs can do every single thing because right now we know that nothing better than AI for real. Maybe we won't have the emotions, but yeah, that's the only thing that we have.
Ah, speaking of that, Bill, um, are you aware of scammers?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
last night, a scammer just called into my mother's phone, and I answered. I They asked for my mother's identity number. So yeah, I give them a fake one, writing. Yeah, I just give
Oh
them a
no.
fake one, and in the end, they keep on cursing me. But I shut down the phone.
That's okay. Wow. Right? Because speaking of that, Bill, because you mentioned that we can ask AI to voice someone, right? So they can pretend to be someone as well. But it's to AI. But have you seen these kind of videos? Hold on.
It's from Beltray. Wow, it's so realistic to be honest.
Oh, really? I'm not really aware of that.
It's from
Mhm.
Beltray, an extension by the Google allowing the user to create videos, AI's video,
Really?
and yeah, they're really realistic. Hmm,
It's kind of scary, you know.
you know. Okay. I mean, there's some way to distinguish between the AI and human, to be honest. Not because of our look, but we can ask some question about our personal life. So yeah, I think it's not that hard. A parent, for example, if a parent suddenly call me, it's from a weird number. I'll just ask for my birthday and my parents' birthday. Yeah, I think it'll
Mhm.
work.
Yeah, because there are scammers that use AI. Like for example, there is a celebrity that, let's say, people who uses AI to scam other people. They use a celebrity, and it they use its his voice and then his face, talking about this product is a good help for them, buy it or something like that. So it's kind of